Looking for a content marketing plan template so you can find your clients online organically for free? Hey, don't worry, I got you covered in this video.
We all win when we all win. We all win when we all win.
Hey there, my friend. I'm Super Sid, and I'm an organic marketing coach who has helped hundreds of people build systems so that they could find their next clients online organically for free. And in this video, I'm going to go over with you what a content marketing plan template is. We're also going to go over exactly what content marketing is, how you can create it. Ultimately, really, when you create it, is all the content that you're creating the same content? How can you use that content? And ultimately, at the end of the video, we're going to bring all of this together, and I'm going to give you your content marketing plan template. Let's rock and roll. All right, so to get started, what is content marketing? And ultimately, let's break this down, simply. What is marketing to begin with? Well, marketing is putting a message, right, out to a marketplace of people that ultimately need your stuff, and it's creating noise in that marketplace so that you can be heard and people can go, and look your way, ultimately saying, hey, is this something that I can get my help with? Ultimately, marketing is taking a product or a service or an event or whatever it might be, and you're promoting it, ultimately getting more eyeballs, on whatever it is that you're promoting, that product, that service, that event, that thing, right, that you have, and ultimately getting more of those eyeballs on it so they can then make a decision on ultimately getting the help that they need with whatever it is that you have. But then you go into what is content, right? And then how do we put these things together and make content marketing? Well, content is going to be any type of message that you can put out, right, to the audience, right? Any type of message you can put out to the audience that is ultimately going to help the audience look your way so that that audience that sees that message can understand three things. They can then know you, they can then have the opportunity to like you, and ultimately they can have the big opportunity of beginning to trust you. So now that we know what content marketing is, why is content marketing so important to begin with? Well, ultimately content marketing, like we said there, in that last section there, is it helps you build trust, right? Trust is the big conversion element when it comes to people actually believing what it is that you say, but ultimately beyond believing what it is that you say, taking your hand and ultimately taking you up on the help that you're offering those people through converting into a client. So ultimately the reason, that, we want to make sure to plan content out is because it's going to let people know, have the opportunity to know who we are, have the opportunity to like us, and ultimately have the opportunity, right, to trust us, take our hand, and ultimately say, yes, I want your help. Now, why is building a plan for this content so important? Well, building a plan for this content is so important because guess what? Typically, we're not promoting the same thing all the time. Now, some of you might be like, oh, Sid, actually, I only have one product, I only have one service, I only have like one mastermind, I only have one, info, whatever it might be. And you're like, well, I'm only promoting this one thing. Right? Or I only have one one-on-one. That's a big one. I only have one one-on-one. I only help, 10 people and I coach 10 people and I only have one thing. So that doesn't make any sense to me. Why do I need it? I don't have multiple things I'm planning around. Well, here's the truth. The truth is yes, you might only have one thing that you're selling. And in all honesty, you typically do, right? Have that high ticket thing that you're selling. But when you have that high ticket thing that you're selling, you have a lot of things around it, or you have little things within it that you're able to help people with outside of that major thing, outside of that mastermind, outside of that high ticket, right? That you are then able to promote. And when you're promoting this thing, right, your content should all then be around what it is that you're promoting. So say, you have a mastermind that you sell. Well, ultimately, right, you could be putting content toward that mastermind, but within that mastermind, you have little things that you're teaching in that mastermind. So what could be something that you could do is you could take one little piece in that mastermind, one module, 1 week, one PDF or one part, right? One like milestone, ultimately go out, right, and start helping people with that one piece to suck people into the main product, into the mastermind, right? So ultimately what you could do is you could create an event, create a lead magnet, right? Create something. And then what we're going to do is then we're going to create all of our content around that one something, right? We don't create content, around something else when we're promoting. If we have A, we have item A, and we're going to be running an event, or we're going to be having and we're going to be running a lead magnet, or we're going to be doing something to suck people into mastermind from item A, we don't want to be talking about item Z. while we're wanting to promote item A. It doesn't make any sense. So ultimately, what we want to make sure that we're doing is that we're building a plan around what it is that we're promoting, specifically what it is that we're promoting, and then make sure that we're always promoting the next thing that it is that's going to help us convert, right, those prospects and those leads into paying clients for us using content marketing. Before I go into how you can start creating your content for your content plan template, I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out new and exciting videos every single day, helping people just like you when it comes to finding their next clients online organically for free. Click that button below and subscribe. So now you've got a plan. Let's start going into creating the actual content that we're going to use on your content marketing plan template. So ultimately, the biggest mistake, right, that people make when it comes to filming and planning out their content is they think that they got to have everything ridiculously perfect.
The truth is, most of the content that we shoot comes from our cell phones, right? Comes from the phones that we keep in our pockets and that we carry with us every single day. And I think a lot of people think they got to have the perfect lights. They got to have, the perfect jacket or the perfect neon or the perfect artwork or whatever it might be. The truth is people just need to see your face. They just need to see you in real time. And ultimately, by getting to see you in real time and ultimately getting to see you documenting and creating amazing content, just like I'm creating here in this video, right now on my phone, it lets them have the opportunity to connect with you and ultimately start to trust you even faster.
Oh, my bad. I was just shooting some awesome content to be used to find my next clients on my phone to show some people how awesome you can really create content using your phone. Sorry about that. Let's get back to this video. So as you can see there, you can obviously create a lot of awesome content using your phone. You don't gotta have fancy lights. You don't gotta have fancy equipment. Ultimately, you gotta have you and a cell phone. And if you're good enough, you can use you and a cell phone to be able to really emotionally excite people, emotionally charge people up, and emotionally be able to change people's lives just creating the content that you do every single day. All right, so now that we've filmed maybe the content, or maybe you just went live, say on like Facebook or Instagram or maybe YouTube or something like that, on one of your social media channels, ultimately what we want to do is we need to designate, right? The next thing we need to do is we need to designate which, right, social media is going to be our home base. And it doesn't necessarily have to be social media. In fact, our home base is my website blog. And you can go check out our website over at www.thesupersid.com and go see exactly what I'm talking about. Because at our blog, it's going to have the specific memes that we create our content around. More on this later. It's going to have the specific short videos that we expand our content around. More on this later. It's going to have, the cartoons. It's going to have all of the pieces of content that we created around that one specific video. All of that's going to be there and ultimately be able to be consumed by the person that gets to that website, and that's our goal, right? That we want to have that big home place where we can drive all of our content to at one time or throughout a specific time period that we're promoting that specific content. And we want to use social media or online to be able to put pieces of that content or little feelers of that content out into the online world so that we can suck people back into the home. Whether it be social media or a website or what, it can be Facebook, it can be YouTube. Just where is that full piece of content that you have and where is it ultimately that you want to drive everybody back to so that you can get your following you at your home base on that specific channel. So you created your content, you went live or you shot your video, right? And you've created your content, right? That content video, the pillar or one of the pillars, right, of your content over the thing that you're promoting. So ultimately, now what we want to do is we want to take the raw piece of content, right? That live video or that video that you shot. And we want to take the entire piece of content and we want to make sure that we compound it everywhere that people are following us online. So we call this, my super content compounding, and it's super simple. Here's what we do. We typically are going to take that raw video. We just went live, right? Maybe on Facebook or on Instagram, or maybe we just put up a video on YouTube. We want to take that video in its entirety. And then what we want to do that same day is we then want to compound that video by posting it everywhere that we can post the video on social media, ultimately driving people back to where that video or that home base of that video is located. So before I go over exactly how you can expand on your content, so by using only one video, you can create an entire week's full of content. I want to ask you, Are you using a camera for your content, or are you just using your phone? To be honest, a lot of times using your phone is a lot better, but I'm curious to know, are you using your phone for your content, or are you using a professional camera like I'm using in this video? I'm just curious. Let me know in the comments. So now that you know how to, we filmed it and we've put it across all the social media channels, and we've compounded that content to make sure that all of the people that are following us, right, have the opportunity to see that content. We've put it out there to the social media or just to the online world ethers. I want you to hear me say online world ethers, not social media world ethers. There's a difference, right? Because you can use things like your podcast or other things on the internet that aren't social media that can host your content, that can be published, right? And that, where you publish that content can be seen and ultimately taken on by somebody and ultimately used as traffic for that piece, using the content marketing. So let's not just pigeonhole this into social media. But ultimately what we want to do is we want to expand on this content so that we can use the expansion of this content, right, to promote the one main video that we've created, right, which is what? Promoting what it is that we're promoting inside that main pillar, that main thing. So what we want to do is we want to expand on that main video, and using our super, right, content expansion worksheet and framework, right? It's probably somewhere around me over here on this video. You can take this one video that you've shot usually on Monday or the beginning of the week or whatever, and you can break it apart into an entire week's full of content. And the way we do that is we take the one live video, right? And we'll download that video, that main theme video. We'll host it, right, wherever we want to host it at, wherever our home base is on, online. Our home base is our website. It does not have to be, right, social media. I think a lot of people, it has to be Facebook. No. Right? We put a lot of our original videos, first go on our blog, right? And then what we do is we'll put them on YouTube next. And then we'll sprinkle them around social media to then promote really those two main things. Or really our website is what we're promoting. Get people back to our website so that we can invite them to come back to our website for the next video. Right? That's mainly what we're doing. But ultimately, once we create that main video, what we're going to do is the first cut we're going to make, as you see in this worksheet, is we're going to take all the O's and M's out. So we're going to take all the O's and M's out, make the perfect video, and then we're going to publish that perfect video against the raw video, but we're basically then going to post that perfect video, right? We're usually going to wait about a week because it's going to take a week to edit the video, and ultimately we don't want to post the raw video and then the perfectly edited video back to back. So we're going to wait about a week, and then we're going to start posting, right, that edited video again across all social media channels. Put it on IGTV. We're going to put it on maybe on our podcast. We're going to put it, on Facebook. Maybe we put it on YouTube as well, right? Under a different title. And then the next level that we're going to do is we're then going to take the three main points of that video. Now, typically when we script our videos, right? And I have a great video on this, but when we script our videos, right? You're going to see, right? You're going to see how we, are typically going to take the one theme of that video and then break that theme down into points on that video. And typically there's going to be around 3 main points. And then we'll take each one of those main points in the video, and then we're going to break those main points into short snippets of that video to then promote the entire video at home base. So that's kind of the 3 points level. And then below that 3 points level, we then have our stories and our memes level. And our story and our memes level is where we create content like pictures with quotes, right? Or short videos like 15 to 20 second videos. And what we'll do is we'll tie those videos together, but what we'll do is we'll take those main themes and then we'll create basically the one quote from that main theme or the one like big piece of content from that main theme. We'll draw a quote around it. We'll build multiple image posts around that one quote, around that one idea that's talking about that one main theme, and then we'll have basically one specific we'll have one meme for the main for each quote or for each main theme in it. So the 3 main themes, we'll have one story for 3 main themes, and you'll keep building that stuff out. And then as you can see, as you have all this content, you then have enough content to post across all social media, not just one social media channel, but all social media channels, using this content expansion and simply just following a simple framework, helping you break apart this content and suck people back to the main piece of the content all week long. So now you know how to expand on all this content. How do we organize it? How do we put it all together? Right? Well, ultimately, see, not all content's the same. So we don't want to, put like buy my stuff now content right when someone's just getting to know you, but we don't want to put, awareness style content or content just starting to talk about the topic after someone's been following you or following this thing for a while. How do we do that, right? Now, it's understanding how we're going to basically drip out the content over the period we're promoting the thing, right? So if you have typically when you're promoting an event, right? Or you're having this big promotion and you're dripping out the content, typically the way that you're going to organize this content is going to be typically bringing up awareness. What is the content? What is it about? And then talking about the logic of that content or whatever the main theme is, right? So how does it work? And then beyond that is then giving them an action to take. So take action now. Right? So ultimately what we want to do is we want to make sure that when we're dripping out this content, we're not just dripping out the content randomly, but we're dripping out the content in a way that is going to bring awareness to people first, ultimately, have it logically make sense to them second, and then drive them to convert and end up taking action third. So, looking to build out your content marketing plan? Well, then I got a free gift for you down here in the description. And what this free gift is going to be that worksheet that I showed you earlier on this video, my super, right, content expansion worksheet, which is going to show you exactly how you can break apart, right, these videos that you've probably already shot, but the future videos that you're going to shoot for your content marketing plan. So go ahead, click the link down here in the description and grab your, right, free copy of that content expansion worksheet. I cannot wait to see all the amazing content that you're going to start sprinkling around social media to help people online. And don't forget, we all win when we all win. I choose to win today, and I hope you choose to win by taking action now and grabbing your copy of that free super expansion content worksheet right now. We'll see you in the next video. Talk soon.
We all win when we all win.